Namaste, welcome to one and all. This is Sura Saraswati Sabha through Turiya paper part 2 paper Anuvada Pradeepa part 2. This is class number 17, Vibhakti Viparyaya. Let us begin with Prarthana. Gurureva gatihi, gurumeva bhaje, gurunaiva sahasmi namo gurave. न गुरोः परमं शिशुरस्मि गुरोः मतिरस्ति गुरौ मम पाहि गुरो येनाक्षरसमाम्नायमधिगम्य महेश्वरात् कृत्स्नं व्याकरणं प्रोक्तं तस्मै पाणिनये नमः वाक्यकारं वररुचिं भाष्यकारं पतञ्जलिम् पाणिनिं सूत्रकारं च प्रणतोऽस्मि मुनित्रयम्. Let us begin today's lesson with the Arctes composition. We had wanted to do all the cases. I have divided this lesson into 3 parts. One, I have given you the Vibhakti background, how it works, etc. That was very important for your understanding for working with the Vibhaktis. And this case-specific approach is almost exhaustive in the Arctes book. And we go to grammar, there are even more like depths in the Vyakhyanas, etc. But they are for very, very high-level students. The research area in the Vibhakti has been not very, the comparative Vibhakti, for example, has not been very much extensive in today's world. The energy, the place it takes in a language, Vibhakti takes in a language, can never be undermined. Is very high actually. But the research has not happened to that level, because whatever is written in the grammar, we are very happily like taking it, using it. It's more an application that drives us in a language rather than the thought or the theory behind it. So the theory behind it may not be very attractive like the usage, but this theory directly connects you with the usage. So that's why we have to be a little careful. I cannot do justice in this time to like give you the whole exhaustive lessons from Apte. I'm not going to teach you Apte. Whatever is there relevant to us in the cases thing that we will discuss. We will take few points here and there in all the cases, all the 7+1 cases, and then we will go ahead. The Prathama Vibhakti things are all there, as I told you in this previous lesson, where he gives really, his approach and his like style is very, very like simple and very systematic, stepwise. He gives a rule, then he gives an example, then he gives the counter rule, he gives the counter example. And then his examples are almost from the Shastra. His examples are always from the Kavyas, etc. And he also gives some additional sentences for practice, as I told you. So this is substantive. So Visheshya Visheshya Bhava. In the Prathama Vibhakti, if we learn, so Pratipadhikartha Linga Parimana Vachana Matre Prathama. And if Dhatu comes into picture, then it will be Sanadyantaha Dhatavaha. Then sometimes like after the Dhatu, there are something called Nama Dhatu, etc. So Nama converting into Dhatu, like that Dhatu converting into Subantas, like Kridantas, etc. They converting. So all these make the Prathama Vibhakti very interesting. Prathama Vibhakti seems to be nothing but it is like the meaning of the Pratipadika first. Then it also includes lingam. Okay, Vachanam Vibhakti are not included in the Pratipadikam. And like the Vibhakti, when we say, then it is used for it is the additional thing which is attached to the Pratipadikam, and it gives some sense, like Rama Matre. So is this Rama? That's what that's the information. And sometimes we list out things. So we are going to buy so and so things. We want to buy a book, a pen, a rubber, an eraser, a scale, and all these we write on a list. So that is all Prathama Vibhakti only. So all such things make Prathama Vibhakti very interesting. It is everywhere. And according to Nayayikas, Prathama Vibhakti is the word in the Prathama Vibhakti is the center of the sentence. Whereas Vyakarana says it is the dhatu, which is the dhatu rupa, Kriya Padam, which is very, very center of the Ekating Vakyam. So center of the Vakyam is not Nama Padam in the Prathama Vibhakti. According to Nayayikas, it is like that. Nayayikas are the Nyaya Shastra people. Okay, the Tarka, what we say, Nyaya doesn't come to us as Nyaya in the beginning. Nyaya comes to us in the form of Tarka Shastram to us in the beginning. So Tarka Bhasha, Tarka Sangraha, etc. Anyway, so we'll not fall into that. So there are many things around which he explains in this, like Samasta Padas, etc. And we have to deal with so many things like Yasya, Yattadopanitya Sambandha. So many things he explains in this. Now we'll go straight to if you are very interested, then go to these sentences. He gives in two different prints. That the way the presentation is like unbeatable presentation. Then also then English. Okay. As to the accusative case. We now come to government, the second general principle regulating the grammatical union of words in sentences. Government is the power which a word has to regulate. This we have read. So the Karaka also explained. Then Namo Nrusimhaya also we saw. Next rule we will see. So rule number and then this is like the symbol of the next point. The person or thing upon whom or which the effect of an action takes place is called the object of that action. An object is put in the accusative case except in the passive voice. So this is the exception. So normally is Harim Apashyat. So Harim Apashyat. Apashyat saw. Harim saw. So who saw? Saha. Saha Apashyat. Whom did he see? So he saw Harim. Hari. So he saw Hari. The im is making the Actually, is the only one. Not im. Im is a part of the Pratipadika. So the is added. So that is the Dvitiya Vibhakti. Okay, so only that part. So he saw Hari. So even that is not there in English. So we can say he saw Harim. We should be saying. Okay, that is the important thing. Odanam Bhubukshur Visham Bhumta anyway. So this is it. Then to name, choose this I explained. All the verbs that show motion govern the accusation. This is very important. Okay. So which govern the motion? The motion is like it involves a place to reach. Actually. So that reaching place will be in the Vidya Vibhakti. That is the thing. Mahim Atat. So Mahim Atat. So Atadhatu, I used to think that it is just wandering is a akarmaka, I used to think. No, but it is a sakarmaka. But in other languages, as I told you, in Telugu it is Shashti Vibhakti, in Kannada it is Chaturthi Vibhakti, and so on and so forth in other languages. In English, it we use the two. Two is the Dvitiya Vibhakti again. So Sanskrit matches with English in some respects. Okay. Then, so Mahim Atati, Yamuna Kacham Avatirnaha, went to the bank of Yamuna. Anyway, we'll look at the example. So all the gathered. Now the first clause. Generally, intransitive roots preceded by prepositions become transitive in sense and then govern this case. So sometimes what happens, the upasargas are very, very important aspects of the language which have the power to change the vibhakti as well. Okay, so the karmakatva is the clause. Karmakatva is the parameter. Now the dhatus can be akarmaka, sakarmaka. Sakarmakas can be ekakarmaka and dvikarmaka. This all I explained in the first part. Anuvada Pradeepa, first part I showed everything. So there, if you come to like sakarmaka, akarmaka, then sometimes the dhatus are akarmakas, but they become sakarmakas because the upasarga is added. So he is like this, the vrit dhatu. Okay, anuvrit, anu upasarga is added to vrit to act according to. So that vrit is I'm sorry. So vrit is the akarmaka dhatu vartate, saha vartate. Somebody is there, Ramaha vartate. But that will not involve any karma. Now, Ramam Lakshmanaha anuvartate. So see, anu is added and that it can take a karma. it becomes powerful enough to take a karma. So such points are here. So this is the first clause. Which show motion. So vritti is not showing motion, but anuvritti is showing a motion. That is why a slight one. And sometimes the motion can also be mental motion. Like it's not a physical world activity, movement, but the movement can be mental. Manasa, like chinta, mana, like something doing with the manas. That also goes to Ditya. That examples also will come somewhere. We'll see. Now the next, Adhishing Sthasam Karma is the sutra. The roots like Shi to lie down and Stha to stand, As to sit, when preceded by Adhi. Okay, we are here. Preceded by Adhi, govern the accusative of the place where these actions are performed. After you have to always read slowly, clause by clause, phrase by phrase. Then you will understand. So the roots Shi to lie down, Stha to stand, and As to sit. The three roots he is taking. When preceded by Adhi, Adhi is the Upasarga, govern the accusative case of place where these actions are performed. Okay. So here Adhi Shishye. So she is Shila Pattam. So Chandra Pedaha Shila Pattam Adhi Shishye. So on the actually it should have been Adhikaranam, but it changes to Karma in Sanskrit. Okay. Now, whatever gets karma will get the Dvitiya Vibhakti. See, the grammar goes very systematically. We are not talking about Vibhakti directly here because this is a Karaka Vibhakti. Now, when he says that it is like karma bhavati, then it is a Karaka Sutra. It's a Karaka Vidhayaka. So, all the Siddha, if you are going through Siddhanta Kaumudi, if you have a chance, please. I mean, I should have covered that also, but it's not possible. So in the Siddhanta Kaumudi, if you are like already studied under someone, then you can pick up a commentary and study. Then it will be like this, okay? So these sutras are very clearly like divided. The whole the Vibhakti Prakar, the Karaka Prakaranam is divided into two parts. So there are like the first set of sutras are all Karaka Vidhayaka sutras. The next set of sutras are the Akaraka, non-Karaka, Karaketara Vidhayaka Sutras. So they talk about only Vibhakti. I told you last time that the Vibhakti comes directly sometimes. Vibhakti comes through the Karaka sometimes. So this is a through Karaka. So the Adhishing Sthasam Karma. So first it is Karma Vidhayakam. The Karma comes first. And Karma cannot be seen. Karma is very shy. The Karaka is very shy. Karaka will not be seen outside. Karaka is inside the wheel. Who is taking out the wheel? Who is bringing out the Karaka to us? The Vibhakti. Vibhakti is not very shy. Vibhakti says, okay, I'll express myself. You be behind me. I will let you be understood for the world. So Vibhakti takes that Adhikara. Yes, I will do this. So Vibhakti is showing you the Karaka. Adhishing Sthasam Karma. So first Karma comes to them. Then Vibhakti comes to them. This is how see, this is all not useful for you. This is not all these are very theoretical. For beginners, it is not. Definitely, it's not for beginners, as I told you. But if you'll get an idea how to look at the language, this is as a teacher, I can do this. As a teacher, somebody who is showing the root. So root, mean R-O-U-T, root to the root of the language. So how the expressions are happening out. So that thought, if you connect, then you can use it, you can expand it everywhere. Okay, it will not, like if I tell about karma, it will not like confined to karma alone. It will extend. It will extend to karana, it will extend to sampradana, etc., etc. And believe me, this is a very interesting style. Isko bahana banakar. Please make this course as a pretext and try to learn as much deep as you can so that you have more output than what the course intends to. Okay. Now, then abhinivisha. So abhinivishate. So again, abhini in the as a vibhag, as a upasarga, and vish as a dhatu. Abhinivishate sanmarga. So this is like the sutra is here. Vishashcha. Sorry, vishate is wrote the vishashcha. So abhinivishaha cha. So cha means karma. So again, this abhi upasarga and ni upasarga with vish dhatu, it again takes karma. So he had to tell this sutra just for this one root. Then upanvadhyam vasaha. Upa anu adi a with vas. Actually, vas dhatu is a karmaka. But upa, anu, adi, a, all the four upasargas make it what? Make it a sakarmaka. So it comes under the place. So again this is also adivasati vaikuntham harihi. So Vaikunthe Vasati Harihi Vaikunthe Vasati. If Vas is alone, but Vaikuntham Vasati, Vaikuntham Adhivasati. Vaikuntham Vasati is not possible. Vaikunthe Vasati is possible. But when it is Adhivasati, Vaikuntham Adhivasati and not Vaikunthe Adhivasati. And okay, so you have to Upavasati, Anuvasati, Upavasati in the sense of staying, living. Okay. So Hari dwells in the Vaikuntha. So all you have to apply. So Upa, Anu, A, Adi, Vasati, whatever. Everybody, everything comes to this thing. Okay. Then the words Ubhayataha. Now here starts the Karaketara Vibhakti. What we call as Upapada Vibhakti. Ubhayataha Sarvataha. Now Sanskrit is a foreign language for us also. What happens is we have become so alienated. If we have any bent or inclination in the families through the family culture, we have the habit of doing some parayanas, saying some shlokas, and learning some texts, stotras, etc. Then we will be familiar with certain usages. Okay, some people who I have seen, the people who study Ramayana in the daily basis, whenever you tell them, oh, this prayoga is found in shloka. Oh, this one I read it in that stotra. That's very interesting. Like you can connect with the language, then only you can understand what is being spoken. So until the above, it was all like Karaka, now Karaketara. How do you recognize Karaketara in the Siddhanta Kaumudi? It says Vibhakti Viparyaya Sutra. This is the year Dvitiya Bhavati. Our lecturers told this. Who taught us grammar told all these bindus to us. That's why we became very like convenient. And no beginners will know this themselves unless somebody inputs into them. That is why Guru becomes very important position where somebody, that's why we could learn all this. Otherwise, who will tell us? These techniques, he said, if it is like Vibhakti Viparyaya, he said Dvitiya Bhavati, the Kaumadikara says. If it is a Karaka Sutra, the Karaka Sutra, then he will tell Phalana Karakam Bhavati, Karanam Bhavati, Sampradhanam Bhavati, like that. Okay, so here it is a Karaketa. Ubhayataha Sarvata. Ubhayataha means both the sides. Sarvataha means all the sides. And dhik is a chi, we say ghin आती है chi, tu ऐसे बोलते हैं ना वो. So that kind of he, all that. I don't want to use like English expressions. I don't know what they say. I don't want to use them. This is a Indian expression, very Indian expression. Dhik. Then this and the upari adhodha adhyadhi. Okay, here the near, when they have the sense of nearness, very near, upari means very, very near, and then prati. Two, okay, two words. All these govern accusative case. So you can make a list of the words. Whenever they come, they will take a dvitiya. You can look for a dvitiya. Acha. Now in these modern days, I will give you a technique with very, very, like when you get a very big text like Mahabharata, like Ramayana, etc. Then you can search for these words. Okay, you can run a search. You can say control find, control F. Then you can put this sarvataha with spaces or whatever. Yes, sarvataha. Ubhayataha may appear in the running text. So you have to search for bhayataha or bhayatas or something. Anyway, that way. So once you find that word, or whenever these words come to you, search for a dvitiya. So this we learned in the lesson. In the book, it was there. Now, will we find a dvitiya? Yeah, you will find it. Always you can find it. That is one way of applying your knowledge. Okay. So these will take. Now, ubhayataha krishnam gopaha. So krishnam ubhayataha. It's not krishnasya ubhayataha. And what we people are doing these days, I will tell you with very hard heart and very with harsh words. We have forgot ubhayataha. We use parshve. Mama parshve. Krishnasya parshve. What is parshve? Is parshve there? Ubhayataha, both the sides. Okay, so both the sides is parshve, like that. So it's not Krishnasya parshve is not idiomatic. Krishnam Ubhayataha is idiomatic. Okay, so please keep this in your mind and try to use them in your language. This is language. These days, what we learn on the name of Sanskritam is not Sanskrit. I'm very sorry to say that. Whatever name we are learning, that is why the people who boast that we are teaching Sanskritam to everybody, we are doing this, that, they keep aside all these rules. They just make us learn how to translate. How to translate from Hindi, translate from English, translate from, and replace. Replace the expression in Telugu with Sanskrit Vibhaktis. Replace the expression in Hindi with Sanskrit Vibhaktis. That's it is very painful for anybody who is coming from the tradition. I should not encourage that. That's why if you want to use something, these are all for your usage. So come back, please come back to the Shastra, to the language. Everything Shastra gives is very simple. Don't think that it is very, very painful to learn Shastra. But you know, when does Shastra become painful? When you are not applying it. That is why I always tell the students, whatever I teach, whatever I learned, I did that way. That's why I teach that way. Connect it with your life. Connect it with your daily life, not life somewhere in the future. No, connect it right now with your usages. Otherwise, you will miss it out. And you will write the exam, pass. Oh, wow, wonderful! I got 98 out of 100. Wow, we are so happy. We got so and so grade. What is the use? You're not able to use it. If you're not able to apply it in the language, what is the use? So, ubhayataha, sarvataha, dhika, upari, adhyadi, etc. So remember 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 usages. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 usages he has given. So they are in the Ubha Sarvata Sokarya Dhiko Paryadeshu Trisho Dvitiyam Reditanteshu Tatonyatrapi Drishyate Tata Anyatrapi Drishyate. The Shastra also gives you direction to the. So Adhodho Lokam. So we'll not say Lokam Adhaha, but we'll say Lokam Adhodhaha. So it's Amreditanteshu. Amredita is Ritu. Okay, so this is another rule. I'm skipping it for the next. Then Dhik may sometimes be used with nominative or vocative as Dhik Mudha. So Dhik Mudham is also there. And Dhik Mudha is a vocative, is a 7+1 Sambodhana. Pi upon thee, O fool. So Dhigiyam Daridrata. Chi is Daridrata. Then we say that it is like Pratama Vibhakti. Dhigiyam Daridrata is Pratama Vibhakti. Dhik Mudha is a vocative Sambodhana Pratama Vibhakti. The words Abhitaha, Paritaha, Samaya, Nikashaha, Prati. This our sir taught, when we were doing BA. He used to like generate interest words. Abhitah, Paritah, Samaya, Nikashaha, Pratiyoge, P. He would tell in that beat. Such an it. I still remember that his face and his expression when he taught this. We were doing BA in the bachelor's level. We were just 3 students and all. He used to Abhitah, Paritah, Samaya, Nikashaha, Pratiyoge, P. Isn't it like a song? He used to say. So we remember that this sutra I never forgot. Once he teaches like that, then we'll never forget. So we got such teachers who could instill that knowledge through very interesting ways. So Abhitaha, we could never forget this. Abhitaha, Paritaha, Samaya, Nikashaha, Pratiyogi. So in this also, the accusative case will come. So this is again a Vibhakti Vidhayaka. So Abhitaha. So Abhitaha is both meaning round, around. Abhitaha, Paritaha. So there I have seen Abhitaha Krishnam Gopaha. Paritaha Krishnam Gopaha. So Krishnam kind of tells there. So your Shastric example. So Samaya Nikasha is near. So are we using these words? Did you? Samipe asti. Samipe. Who told Samipe? Samaya is the word. Nikasha is the word. Why don't you use it? Even I'm not able to use it because I don't hear it much. Until you apply it, you start using it so much that people will hear those words. It will go into their ears, into their brains, sit there, come back when they are speaking. This is how language grows. Aham Sanskritam janami, adhikam na janami. Are adhikam ki आवश्यकता ही नहीं है. It's not used. What is told in the Shastra? We all learned Karaka Prakarana. How much are we using? When you are writing, at least. When you are speaking, okay, fine. It should have become current vocabulary in your brain. Until then, it will not come out. It will not jump out. So now what happens is, This samaya, nikasha, etc. are some avyayas or some kind of words, whatever, the set of words. That is why it is called upapada vibhakti. Okay, this is upapada, but I will call it karaketara only. Okay. Now your homework, please note down your homework. Note down all the words which take dvitiya. Make a list. So that one ubhasarvatasoh karya, that ubhayataha, etc. Now this is abhitaha paritaha, 5 words, and then antara antarena yukte. Now antara and antarena. These both look like vibhakti endings, but they are not. They are avyayas. Okay. So they will also have antarena is vina, kind of without, except, like that. Okay, so antara antarena. Bhavantam antarena kidrushaha asyaha drishtiragha. So without you, regarding you, how is her I love regarding, or something like that. These are all from kavyas, etc. You will find more such here. Okay, you can just go. Okay. See here, ika idanim sahakaram so shakuntalam. Sahakaram antarena atimuktalatam pallavitam sahate. Okay, so who will take the that lata, that whatever the creeper, except the mango tree. So apart from the mango tree, who will take it? So apart from, that is the antarena. So that usage. Then so also antara. So antara and antarena. Then words denoting duration of time and space. This I have seen less and less usage in these days. Nobody understands them. Please start using. Please. Write them down. Practice them. Hit them. And then hit them into your brain. Like a keel thokte na वैसे. Just put a keel, take a hammer, tuck. It should go inside, fall into your brain. It should not move out. Then close it, cement it. Then it should come out of your mouth. Okay. So that way you should practice. And I should be listening to very beautiful Sanskritam from you all very soon. First, it starts with writing. Okay, start with writing. Think and write all these rules. So duration of time. Navavarsha varshani dvadasha dasha. So this is a little difficult. No, this is not a upapada vibhakti. Of course not. So duration of time. How can you put it in upapada vibhakti? So this is not a karaka vibhakti. That is why I call it karaketara vibhakti. Okay. So this is the itara I told you. I told you when the example will come, I will tell you. So there is a upapada vibhakti where antara antarena yukta is a upapada vibhakti. And then upa artha vibhakti is sahayukte apradhane. When it will come in trutiya, sahayukte. So there the word saha is there. Apradhate. That is upa artha vibhakti. So saha, sakam, sardham, samam, all these will take it. So it is artha based. Though Panini mentions only saha, there are more. It is artha based. So upa artha vibhakti. Now if we cannot define like that. Now the third one, it says duration of time and space. Now space and time, how will you recognize them? Through different words. We don't say time by time. What is the time? This is the time. We'll not say time in that. We'll say it's 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock. 5 o'clock. So this is the way we tell the time. Now we have to find such words and then put it. So Vavarsha, Varshani, Dwadasha. So Dwadasha, Varshani. Dwadasha itself is not again time denoting. Dwadasha is a Sankhya. But Dwadasha Varshani is the time denoting. Okay, there we will say Varshani will be in the like Dvitiya. The 1000-eyed Indra did not reign for 12 years. So for 12 years, do you see that? Immediately in the translation you can see he is using for. But in Sanskritam it is Dvitiya Vibhakti. Krosham Kutila Nadi. This I love a lot. Kutila Nadi. The Kutila word very beautifully used for Nadi. Nadi is Kutila, of course. Nadi is very, very like ditching. You know, in the depth and all. Nadi ditches a lot. She is very like Chanchala. She goes in whatever route she can get. And then she makes herself like go in whatever direction she wants. Nobody can guess the direction of a Nadi. She is so swatantra. Okay, she goes by her own will. So Krosham. So Krosham is a space denoting word. Now that Krosham will be in the Tritiya. So this is the then the preposition anu is sometimes found. Ha. Then there are some karma pravachaniyas, etc. Then they are like Anu and etc. They also take Dvitiya Vibhakti. And then Abhi, Ati, Atu. Anu and Upa. Okay, so they also take, even they are not Upasargas actually. They are not Upasargas. Then only they take Dvitiya. You can study the examples. Okay, now we'll go to the Tritiya Vibhakti. You can check this and you know, for reading these and making sense, for they to make sense to you, you should know how to break the sandhi, how should find out the word, how to find out the dvitiya. Just try to locate at least for 5 to 6 sentences. Okay, even the beginners should do this. Even the beginners should try to do this. Then verbs governing two accusatives. Now two accusatives means this sutra, this karakam, this karika, you should always by heart. Just by heart. This is another homework for you. Whatever comes your way, Ubha Sarvata Sokarya, Digu Paryadeshu Trishoditi Amredi Tanteshu, that karika also please learn. Okay. दुह्याच पच दंड रुधि प्रच्छी चिब्रूषा सुजि मंथमुषां कर्मयुग स्याद कथितं तथा स्यान् निहृकृष्वहाम्. Okay, this I don't know what meter it is. I'm sorry. दुह्याच पच दंड रुधि प्रच्छी चिब्रू शासिजी मंथमुषां. So all these dhatus. So see, Shastrakara, one of the like post Pandini Vyakarana, we don't know who puts all the dhatus which govern two accusatives by rule. Okay, so they are this. For example, let us take prach. Others are like different ganas. Let us take prach. Prach is very convenient for telling this example. This is Acharyam Prashnam Pritchati Shishyah. Shishyah Acharyam Prashnam Pritchati. Okay, so Acharyam is also Dvitiya. Okay, and this is also, so Dvikarmakas. So it is not Dvitiya. The Dvitiya is showing Karaka. This is a Karaka Vibhakti. Okay, so all these 16 dhatus which are given in this, the meanings of them are given here. He also gives the examples. They are all from Shastra. They are all from. So Gam Doghi Payaha. So Payas is here in Dvitiya Vibhakti, like though it is Napumsakalinga. Dvitiya and Prathama are same in the Napumsakalinga, Ekavachana. So Payaha Gam Doghi. So in Telugu, if we say Avunu Palanu Pitukutunnadu. So that will be the word. In English, like to the cow. Let's put to for objective. Like I'm true translating. I'm translating as per the idiom. So to the cow, to the milk, he is milching. He is milching the milk to the cow. He is milching the cow, the milk, like that. Okay, in a proper English. So all the examples, please read. And this is a small topic. This is very interesting. The roots having the same sense take two objects. So dukh muj and the payah bhalane, it's a gambali. Please read this. I mean, I'm not. We'll go to Tritiya. The cause. Okay. So he has divided the second vibhakti. We are still in the second vibhakti only. How the causal works is like the niche. So gati, buddhi, pratyavasana, artha, shabda karma, akarmakanam, adikarta, sanau karma. So adikarta is sanau karma. So niche is the preranartaka. Niche is the causal. Okay. One moment. And then this causal is like is denoting ani. Ani is without causal. Whatever was karta. Sanau in the with the causal it is becoming karma. This is very easy. In the first primitive means non-causal. In the non-causal normal stage, devadattaha odanam pachati. Here the pachati will become pachayati. So devadattaha odanam pachati. But somebody is making devadatta make the odana. Then devadattena odanam pachayati. Okay. So some dhatus generally they take tritiya only. That which is subject in its primitive sense put in instrumental case sometimes. But there are certain senses. This is usual. Tena karayati. Saha karoti. tena karayati. This is a usual principle. But here, Ramaha, Ramena, this is also okay. In the case, root simply implies motion. So what are all the clauses? Now see, this is a general rule that it takes Trutiya. Now we want to take Dvitiya. Now, what are all the cases? What are all the places where Trutiya is not taken but Dvitiya is taken? That is the interesting point here. So in the causal, what happens is where it implies motion, the dhatus imply motion, knowledge, information, eating, and some other roots. He says other roots. Why should he say other root? He should tell na that sounding, etc. Shabda karma, then akarmakas. All the intransitive verbs. They all will become sakarmakas. Ani karta, they say sanau karma. So that is the sutra. Okay, so gati is the motion, buddhi is the knowledge, pratyavasana eating. Okay, pratyavasana artha, then shabda karma sounding, then akarmaka, all the intras. So 5 conditions. Every sutra will give lot of information in itself. If you'll keep on opening it it will keep on like unfolding. Many ideas come out. That is where the sutra helps it in putting it all in a very small capsule and putting into our mouth. पानी पी लिया, खत्म, पेट में चला गया, काम अपना शुरू किया. So you need not bring that मूलिका, this मूलिका and all, कूट कर उसको फिर ये बनाओ वो बनाओ, थोड़ी देर उसको धूप में रखो. All this will not happen. So all given to you in the form of capsule. So much. Okay. So all the information will be there. So this sutra, so he gives all so beautifully. Shatravaha swargam agachan. So gam dhatu is there. Now agamay. Shatrun swargam agamayat. So he sent. The Shatrus went to swargam, and then he is sending the Shatrus into swargam. So he is sending agamayat. He sent like that. So with dhatu, with is the knowledge dhatu. Then ashnan, eating dhatu. Then vidhi vedam adhyaita. So shabda karma is maybe like reciting kind of thing when sound is involved. Then prithvi salile asta. So as dhatu. As dhatu is an akarmaka. So this is like prithvim asayat. So this becomes. So like that you have to study. More, don't go to very, very deep things. See, read it twice or thrice. If you understand, it's okay. Otherwise, go ahead. Actually, this is all not part of your syllabus, as I already told several times. I am trying to just give you some insight where you can get higher knowledge, very higher things. So about the causal, he gives so many clauses. Ni vahyurna. I mean, he says like shabda karma karmakana anikarta sanam. Immediately he says ni vahyurna. Again in the upasrushtayoho it will be there. All these like in the kind of clause 1, clause 2, clause 3. It will happen for all the karmakas, for all this. Suddenly he says for this it will not happen. But if this is with this upasarga, it will happen. Like that, there are some. It all looks like very dry. I have tried this. That's why, dear student, my very, very, very dear students, I'm telling you one thing very clearly. Until I also was a student, I did not know the importance of connecting this with the subject. But when I grew up, when I was later like studying, when I grew up by age and by buddhi, then these things occur to me. Until I apply, until I see it in the language, until I use it, it will not be any sense for me. Okay. Now we'll come to Tritiya Vibhakti. The instrumental case in Sanskrit has 2 principal senses. It either denotes agent. This is very, very important factor. So kartru karanayos tritiya. We are talking about the case. We are not talking about karanam as a karaka and karta as a karaka separately. We are talking about the instrumental case where like it is the vibhakti, tritiya vibhakti. So it also denotes instrument. It also denotes karta. Tataha devya kimidam abhihitam. Devya abhihitam. So definitely when it is becoming karta, when the tritiya is showing the karta, it is the karmani form most of the times. Okay. So this is another part. So that karmani can be expressed by a participle kind of abhihitam. Kta pratyaya is there. or it will be in the like directly yak usage. That yak we studied the bhava karmano. So that thing will help you. Then sanchurnayami gadaya na subodha niru. Suyodhanoru, sorry, Sanchurnayami gadaya na suyodhanoru. Suyodhanasya uru, Sanchurnayami, make into powder, okay? Total powder. Not even some parts will be there, pieces को फिर जोड़ के बना सकते ना, वो भी नहीं रहेगा. चूर्ण, अच्छे से चूर्ण बना दूंगा. So he says that shall I not reduce your power, the powder, the thighs of Suyodhana with my club, Gadaya. Okay? So that is the instrument. For very beautiful example, now I remember. I love it. Okay, when something still something so clearly you'll experience it. Ramena Banena Hato Vali. So Vali is killed. Okay, again, so Karmani is there, of course. Hato Vali Kena Ramena. Kena Banena. So the first Kena Ramena is Karta. Second Kena Banena is Karana. Like that. Ramena Banena Hato Vali. You can write this example and keep it for your future. Whenever you get doubt whether this is instrument or whether this is agent. What is agent? Agent means Karta. Whether this is Karta or Karana, then you go to this example and see if it is Sadhaka Tamam. That is, whether it is the instrument in achieving Sada Hastena Khadami. So the Hasta can never be a Karta. Hasta को चालान करना पड़ता है. We have to use our hand. So it is me who is using the hand. So like that. So Hasta becomes a Karana. And if I make my child eat with his hand, then the child. So Khadayati, although whatever. So Hastena Khadayati. Like that. Balena Khadayati. So that becomes Karta. Like that you use. The manner of doing action or an attribute. Okay, the instrumentality which this case denotes may be expressed by various relations. The manner of doing an action or an attribute, the characters of a noun. Atmanurupam vidhinopayeme, vidhina, Atmanurupam vidhina upayeme. So the manner of action. Okay, this is very, very important points. Manner of action, this is first. And there are examples. The price at which a thing is bought. So kiyata mulyena. So dasharupyakena krita. Okay, dasharupyakena kritam pustakam. 10 rupees I bought this book. Which book? Don't ask me. Not nowadays. Okay. We could buy books in annas in those days. Anna. There is anna. Ana we say in Telugu. So 10 annas, 5 annas. 4 ane. They used to say 25 paisa was 4 ane. With verbs indicating motion, the conveyance becomes the instrument as Atmanaha Padam Vimani. This again, Yana is always in Tritiya. Okay. So that is Karanam. That is the Karaka Vibhakti. So with verbs of carrying, placing, that on a thing, I carried a place, put in the instrument. So this is like he bore the dog on his shoulder. So Shwanam Skandhena Udha, I think. Skandhena, don't know what is it. Skandhena Vahat. Oh, something got cut here. Avahat, maybe. Ayati. Skandhena, I don't know. Some part got cut here while scanning. Anyway, so I have this book, I think. I have this book. Give me one moment. Just one moment. I'll bring the book. Next. Skandhena Uvaha. Skandhena Uvaha is the word. Okay, Skandhena Uvaha. So Skandheno Vaha. Shwanam Skandhena Uvaha. So Skandhena is So on which you carry something becomes Tritiya, becomes a Karanam. Then Karanam gets Tritiya. So it is like one step more. Like some words like Ubhayataha, etc. get Dvitiya directly. That is a Karaketara Vibhakti. Some words get the Karakam first and then they take the case, Tritiya, etc. That is a like Itara Vibhakti, Karaketara Vibhakti. So here Skandhena is a Karaka Vibhakti. With words swearing, that in which the name of oath is taken becomes the instrument as Jivitenaiva Shapami. Oathing. Shapa is to taking oath. So Jivitena. By my life, I bet. I bet by my life. Okay. So some in English, I think it will be betting on something. इसके ऊपर बेट करना मीन्स शर्त लगाना लाइक मैं शर्त लगाता हूँ देखो इस पर मैं शर्त लगाता हूँ इससे शर्त नहीं लगाते हिंदी में सो इन द हिंदी में इट इज इस पर शर्त लगाना सप्तमी बट इन संस्कृतम इट इज तेना शपामी so that is tritiya so like this you have to compare whenever you are say she's a language she's a living language isn't it so you can compare the usages with your mother tongues etc. The direction or route followed to go to a particular place also becomes the instrument. Katamena digbhagena gataha sa jalmaha. Direction or route. Okay. Katamena digbhagena is the tritiya. With verbs implying excelling and resembling, the instrumental is used in the qualities of excellence. Okay. Sometimes. And the locative. Again, this is another point I want to tell. Sometimes there are multiple vibhaktis working for the same idea. Or a different little added like Adi Vasati, like Vaikunthe Vasati, Vaikuntham Adi Vasati. So when Upasarga is added, it is changing. So with Upasarga, without Upasarga, the case is changed. Here, it is not like that. It is another Vibhakti. Sometimes in the same sense it is used. Okay. So Dhanadena Samastyage Satya Dharma Ivapara. So he is saying where there is a comparison. Okay. Where there is a resemblance. For the comparison, they use Swarena Ramabhadram Anuharati. So by his voice, he is like following Rama. Like by his voice. So this Swarena. Okay. Like that, this is Satya Dharma Iva. Sometimes even Saptami is used. Okay. Then words implying separation from. Taya Viyoga. So Tasyaha Viyoga. From her, not separation. Taya Viyoga. Okay. So separation from her. So from is in English, Panchami he is using, but in Sanskritam it is Tritiya. Okay. This is very difficult to understand. This is where idiom comes into picture, where you cannot translate it directly, then idiom comes into picture. Okay. The instrumental is used with words expressive of time and place when the accomplishment of desired object is done. So this is like when we were doing the Adi, in the Dvitiya Vibhakti, the words which denote space and time, it was general. Now here, when the task is accomplished within that time, within the stipulated time, if you finish the task, then it will get Tritiya. Okay, so Dvadasha Varshaihi Vyakaranam Shruyate. So the learned in 12, the 12 years completed, finished. I mean, they finished studying Vyakarana. Then Tritiya can be used. Okay. But when there is a complete, like overlap of the time, complete time he used only for one task and goes to Dvitiya again. So this is very interesting in Sanskritam. As a theory we learn, but as a applied thing, I'm still lagging. Why should I tell lies? Even I'm lagging. How to do it with my own conscious this thing? I do not know. So try to encourage yourself using the same dhatus. Using the same dhatus which the examples give, study the examples so much, so repeatedly that they will become yours. Atmasat kritva, atmasat karke. You replace them with your own other nouns aside. Like he says, dig mudha. Then you say dig jalma. Dig dushta. Like that. Something like that. I'm just giving an example. Then when a noun denotes the cause or motive of a thing of action or action, As distinguished from the means or instrument, it is put in the instrument. Bhaktya Pretasmi, Guru Bhaktya Pretasmi. So, I am pleased with the for thy devotion to thy preceptor. Bhaktya. So, here in English he says for, but it is by your bhakti. Okay, cause or motive of it. So, here for the pleasing, she gets pleased, and for that bhakti is the cause. So, that cause will become Tritiya. Okay. The object or purpose also is put in the instrumental. Adhyayanena vasati. This is another interesting. So why does he stay here? Adhyayanena. Why did he go to the Gramam Karyena? Okay, Karyantarena Gramam agachat. He went to the Grama for another work. Like that. So the purpose, object of some activity will get Tritiya. See, are we using this? Do we all realize it that we are not using it? At least I realize I'm not using it. I agree. But they're so beautiful to be used. It's not about me. If I'm not able to do it, you should not be able to do it. There is no rule. There's no hard and fast rule that you all do what I will do. You can do what I say also. So I'm saying use it, you can use it. Okay? Become strong by your language skills. Okay? Like this, the alam krita. Now these things become tritiya. They will directly take the case. Now this English will have a limitation where they cannot tell you what is Karaka, what is Vibhakti. Because I have studied Karaka Prakaranam, I can realize some sutras are like case based, some are not. So here it starts. Saha, Sakam, Sardham, Samam. These are the 4 words. Along with. So along with will Tvaya Saha. Okay. Then Kim Karyam Arthaha Prayojanam Gunaha etc. words. The root kru and kim when govern the instrumental case. So Devatana Sevakair na Prayojanam. So Sevakair na Prayojanam. So like in the genitive also is there. That which is used or needed, the genitive of the user. Deva Padanam Sevakaihi na Prayojanam. So there is no use by the Sevakas. So that is the idea here. So by the Sevakas. Trunena karyam bhavatishwarana, of rich persons, even some purposes are under the blade of dust. Trunena api, so by the karyam. So crew is like karyam and all. So this is another place. Divah karmacha and all this. Okay, fine. Then we'll go to sampradana, dative case. The person to whom something is given is called, the sampradana is very like, small karaka. It's the smallest among all. Biggest is Shashti as a Vibhakti. Biggest is Shashti. As a Karaka, Dvitiya is the strongest and elaborate. And Tritiya is also okay. But Samrudana is Bujji, very little. Okay, not much is there. But it is very powerful. Powerful, like some dhatus, it goes more by specific dhatus. Okay, so this is. So whatever is given, the person who receives it will get sampradana. That is the idea. If we give something to somebody, the person who receives becomes the sampradana. And also the purpose to which, okay? So the person, reference to whom having which action is done. So yuddhaya sannahyate. So sannah dhatu, he prepares for a battle. So this is also. Okay, so this is like Sampradana Suvidhayaka Sutra was so Sampradana, forgot that. Anyway. Why? How can I forget? Okay, leave it. It will not come to me now. So that Sampradana Sutra, you just look at it. So that is this. So Yuddhaya Sannahyate. Karmana Yama Viprayati is a Sampradana. Yes, Karmana Yama Viprayati. So Dana Karmana, etc. Yama Viprayati. The one who is Uddishta for giving the Dana. Karmana Yama Viprayati, the Sampradana. Sometimes karma is not there, then also sampradhanam comes. It's like yuddhaya sannahyate. Sannah dhatu is an akarmaka, that is why. So you have to understand what is akarmaka. See, this is for the beginnings, it's not for beginners. You cannot probe into the deeper aspects of a language with bigger knowledge. Not even you know any vocabulary, you don't know usages. You have no language inputs inside your brains to connect and, it's always like mapping with what you already know, or at least being able to compare with your own language, at least being everything translate and try to see in your language. Then you will understand, you will appreciate why Sanskrit has got, when what part is different from what you already know. That new thing you can pick up. It's a very important point I am telling you. So in case of the root yaj, to sacrifice, this is sampradana is more about specific dhatus. There are not many general things. So I'll tell you, yaj dhatu is here, ruch dhatu is here, okay. Then the dhru dhatu, shatam dharayate. Then the spruha dhatu. It will all be like, always it will be dhatus only. Okay, very specific. The sampradana is very easy. Then kruha, druha, irshya, asuya. So this will be the dhatu based, so it is again karaka. Another aspect like how to recognize a karaka thing is like this also. You can connect it with directly dhatu. It should connect with a dhatu, then it is a karaka based. It connects with a noun or avyaya, then it is a karaketara. Upapada, upartha, itara. Okay, that will come. Haraye krudhyati. So this is again haraye krudhyati is a sampradana. Then pratishushrawa. So giving oh, promising something, promising for something. So that is sampradana. It is in English also like that. Okay, so that is then the purpose. This is tadarthye chaturthi vachya. Kavyam yashase. Here dhatu is not involved. So this is karaketara vibhakti only. Tadarthye chaturthi vachya is the sutra. So this tadarthya is for which you do something. It's very powerful. In the chaturthis, most of the times you find this. So kavyam yashase artha krite, all that. So what is the kavya for? The kavya is intended for bringing yashas, the good name, fame. Okay. When the sense of an infinitive or purpose is suppressed in sentence or object, this is another. In itara, this you can take. This is neither upapadan or upartha. Say this is for another itara. Phalani ahartum yad is very interesting. So he goes to bring the fruits. In English also it applies. See, he goes to bring the fruits, that is ahartum, but he goes for the fruits. Okay, phalebhyaha. That is the thing. It's a very beautiful thing. Leblyope, it will come in Panchami also. Similar kind of rule comes in Panchami also. Okay, so this is like gantum, vanam gantum, gam mumocha, vanam gantum. So there is a gam dhatu, and the purpose of like the reach out place is vanam. So vanam will get chaturthi like that. So this will be like sampradana only. No, it is not sampradana. This is, I think this is a vibhakti. It's a case based. Okay, so this is where the English falls short. He says dative case, but doesn't give what is karaka and what is karaketara. We can put a tag by the sutras that we know. Tadarthya is a non-karaka. That much I know. Then we have to check. Yeah, in the second adhyaya means this is karaka. No, second adhyaya means vibhakti. 2-3 is vibhakti. In the ashtadhyaya, you can by number also you can make 1-4 is karaka. 1-4 is karaka, 2-3 is vibhakti. That much I know. See, 1-4 here is there. 1-4 is karaka number, 2-3 is vibhakti number. You also have to know the sutra number for certain things. This is all our teachers taught. Okay, it's all our teachers taught all these inputs. Then krudha druha namaswasti swaha. This is pure vibhakti. Pure vibhakti. Namaswasti swaha swadha alam vashad yogacha. So this is another vibhakti place. Okay, you can study this. It is a little like, not much elaborated, but very simple. The Chaturthi Vibhakti is very simple. Now we'll go to ablative case. Ablative case is like Panchami Vibhakti is very simple. Dhrumapaya Apadana. So where the apaya is happening, what is standard in that? Apaya is separation. So from the hand, the clip falls down. So the clip is there. So it falls down from the hand. So hand is dhruvam here. What fell down is the clip and the hand will be dhruvam here. So hand will become Panchami or the Apadana. It's called ablative. Okay. So hastat clip patati. Whatever clip means. Okay. So hastat patati. Vrikshat parnam patati. So the parnam is the one falling down, but the vriksha is standard. Dhruvam apaye. In the case of separation, what is dhruvam? What is standard? Okay. So then the ablative often serves the purpose of a whole causative assertion for replying. This is another. Panchami is stronger. Panchami is stronger than Chaturthi. So there are certain areas. I mean, how do you know what is strong, what is not? I'll tell you my the expression why I use this. This is like Panchami. If it says, for example, in this he says all the like causative assertions will have Panchami. That means Dhumat. By the Dhuma, we know that the Parvata is Vahniman. The Parvata has got the Vahni, that is the Agni, because of the Dhuma, that is the smoke that is coming out. So Smokat, Dhumat, from the smoke, I know that this is from the smoke or by the smoke. You can also say that. Because of the smoke. So when there is that because, that takes Panchami. Okay, so here it is very strong. So this is a very big area. So it is just not cause in one sentence or two sentences like one dhatu is being used. No, it is not confined to one dhatu or one expression. It is a expanded idea. So that is where Panchami comes. And then the teacher from whom something is learnt, the prime cause, okay, or Jan, so you can make these as listing out. So what are the Karaka forms? I think I did it. I don't know. I don't remember. I have to search for the document. So make a list of all these things. I can do this, but if I don't have time, these are very, very beautiful ideas which can be worked out with ruthlessly worked out. Ruthlessly, you can just make them yours very soon, very easily. They will come to your grip very easily. So you can just read the rule, make the words for with this Panchami comes. No, the Apadana comes. By Apadana, Panchami comes. Okay. So sometimes Pramad. So here when there specifically Dhatu is expressed, it's a small area. Okay. Then words denoting Jugupsa. Tasmat Jugupsate. So it will be like Tasmad Virama. Tasmat Panchami. Okay. Swadikarat Pramattaha. Okay. Kaschit Kanta Viraha Guruna Swadikarat Pramattaha. That one, Swadikarat. Then in the case of words denoting fear, protection, is Bitrarthanam Bhaya Hetu, fear and protection. So Chorat Bibheti. He is afraid from the, we are afraid of in English, but we are afraid from in Sanskrit. Okay, so these are the areas. You can compare and contrast. Go through until that Panchami Vibhakti, Shashti and Saptami we will cover next time, and then we will also do the exercises. Okay, come prepared. Write them down and come prepared. Next. Astu, I am stopping the lesson here. And if you have any doubts, you can ask. Otherwise, we will leave. Astu, I see no hands are raised. Thank you so much. Hari Om. Listen patiently. Bear my words. Bear with my harsh words. And try to apply them in your life. This harshness is only for making you do it correctly and easily. Shubham Bhuya. Namo Namah. See you all in the next class.